Haney and Kambosos coming up this weekend in Australia.
Real quick, I just got to defend myself. T. Bosley said he thought I only did 40 push-ups. I think he did them push-ups too fast. I've always done my push-ups very fast, but I've always gone to the number. 50 is what was said, 50 is what was done.
I respect the criticism, though.
The arms were shaking a little bit.
What do we think?
I will be honest.
What do we think about the fight this weekend? And Devin obviously going over there, the one-man army ace on without Bill with him. Of Yoel Judah.
Which, you know, I'm not gonna, that's not a good thing that he has to go over there without his father and trainer and Ben Davison as well. But the one thing that has been a gift for Devin since I saw him as a kid working with Shawn is, he was a teenager, and Shawn, I'm interested to see how much you agree or don't. He has a natural, I'm saying from a young age, a natural instinct and IQ for the sport. He's naturally very intelligent fighter. It's come to him since he was young. And he's very good at this hit and don't get hit thing instinctually. And like Mayweather was. And I think one of his gifts is his improvisation. And sometimes when you're sticking to a game plan, maybe that can stifle some of his improvisation. Mm-hmm. As the fight goes on, it's good for him to start with the fundamentals, start behind his jab. I think that's what he's going to have to do with Kambosos early on, out jab him, beat him fundamentals against fundamentals, you know, because that's where the fight will probably start. Beat him there, but where Devin becomes special and where I think he's not as perfect with his fundamentals as Shakur Stevenson, but where I think he has more of a ceiling than maybe even a Shakur Stevenson is his improvisation. By rounds 5, 6, 7, once he's in his rhythm, he does the sidestep, boom, uppercut, lead uppercut out of nowhere. He boom, check hook, double jab, right hand to the butt. He can come up with such creative offense on the fly, counter punching, offense to defense. I think that's one of his gifts. And I think he could turn a negative into a positive by not having Bill and Ben Davison there, because it's going to
let him freelance a little bit.
It's going to force him to just open it up and figure it out on the fly.
That's the one thing I'm concerned about with Devin. He sometimes keeps his left
hand. Well, Tim Bradley
low.
said he's worried about him getting hit by Kambosos' right hands because of that.
Yeah, because sometimes just gets a little lax. But
and, you know, I actually don't think the dad and Ben Davis being there is a big deal. Boxing is one of the loneliest sports. You've been with your dad for years. You've been with Davis for a while. You know what you got to do. Once you get in the ring, it's you and the next man.
Yeah,
you know your game. You know what you got to do. Get up in there and do your thing.
And Bill said, "I've raised him for this."
Yeah,
he said, "This is what
he's built for this."
Yeah, this is what I raised him to do.
So yeah, I believe, you know, you guys heard me say I got him. Kambosos knocking him out. I mean, be honest, I think he goes over and put on a clinic, but it's going to have to be a Shakur Stevenson versus Valdez clinic, because I'm just worried about the judges. That's what I'm worried about. Don't try to go get the knockout, because that's when you can get yourself caught up in something.
Yeah,
but you're gonna have to put on a clinic, because I'm worried about Australia,
which I expect him to do.
That is my worry, that Australia will.
I think.
But yeah, if he put on a clinic where it's like no way you can
carve him up.
Yeah, I just don't think this guy, boxing wise, Kambosos can't mess with.
It's no diss to Camp. I just think Devin's gonna rise to the occasion.
Yeah,
I think we're gonna see something superior to the guy who fought JoJo and Linares. I think he's gonna.
This is what we've been waiting on.
This is what we've been waiting on. What he's been waiting on, and yeah.
What do you think?
Just to answer to the coaching situation, go there first. And when I saw that it was going down the way it was going to have to go down, I mean, I told you, I said, yo, tweet that, man. Tell this kid, get there and bring those belts back. Because I know that he's got it in him to do it. It is a very lonely sport. There's no secret. We're in there by ourselves. We've got moments, and if we're really connected to our coaches, of course, Bill and Devin are connected. If we have a real connection with our coaches, we're using our coaches while we're in the fight. You know, I would knock a guy down, and my dad's orders was always go to the neutral corner. You look at me, I'm going to tell you what to do. There's never been a moment where I went to the neutral corner, just even if the other guy was getting his hand taped, and I didn't look to my dad to see, what are you thinking? What do you want me to do? You know what I mean? So there's this small little things that a coach almost is a necessity to. Another necessity that a coach provides, to his fighter is the emotional connection, being able to keep his fighter in tune. Let's say hypothetically a couple rounds go by and they don't go the way that they anticipated or what they expected. You know, Bill when he comes back, he say, "All right, be cool, we good, we in here." Those little confident key
Reassurances,
words,
yeah.
and reassurances that your coach can provide to you. He doesn't have that now. I've been in that position where I've had to coach myself, and I use my dad's voice. They're my thoughts, they're my inner thoughts, but I'm thinking what my dad would say to me. You know what I mean? So while I do believe that Devin is going to go over there and handle it, I'm very confident that he'll do that. I also understand that there are some things that are going to be missing. I don't think they're going to be relevant, or at least I hope that they're not.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I'm biased in this standpoint. And let me also say that I really like Kambosos. I think that Kambosos is an explosive fighter. I think he showed that against Tio Lopez. I don't think that was a one night thing for him. I think that what he showed against Lopez, he's got that in. Against Lopez, he's got that in him. But I do think that the way Devin Haney fights and the way he will be from an emotional standpoint connected to this fight mentally, emotionally, the whole nine, I think he'll stay locked in, and it'll be a boxing match. It'll be somewhat of a clinic, and I don't think he'll have a problem winning the decision.
Well, yeah, and Styles. One thing to worry about with Kambosos, like yourself, was he has good feet.
Yeah.
He has that in and out motion, and that could be, with his hand speed to go with it, that could cause a lot of problems. Yeah. But I think
it's gonna be levels.
I think Carson, you mentioned that Haney with the left hand low. Kambosos fights like that. The lead hand is at his hip sometimes.
Right. Yeah.
And Haney's very long, and he can catch you pulling out, with that left hand low. And Styles make fights. Lopez is strong, and as big a puncher he is he likes to counter punch.
Kambosos?
Lopez.
Tio
did.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a counter puncher. And Devin is a counter puncher too, but with that jab.
He's got length, and he doesn't mind being first to set up his counter punching.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
It's better from you than coming from me.
Yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
But I just think, with that left hand low, and Devin's long, and Devin has a good right hand that could shoot over the top of that with him pulling out and everything Shawn just said. So I know Kambosos, if he proves us wrong again, just all credit to him. He's a good man, not just a good fighter. He's a good man.
Yeah.
Here we are picking the American against him again.
I told you, I studied him, so I knew he was a fun fighter to watch. It took him coming over here and doing what he did for us to realize, this dude's he's a fun boxer to watch.
I think, to be fair, and this is just me, I think we saw the worst of Teofimo and the best of Kambosos that night.
Boom, boom.
Is what I think. So I think Devin's going to go over there and show, you're good. You're a really good fighter. You're a champ now, but I'm a special talent.
And
so I think
as you was talking, Shawn, I thought about it. If it comes a moment where Haney gets rocked, he doesn't have that that calmness in the corner.
Yeah,
that stuff like that could change the night up a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Besides that,
really
even he doesn't get rocked, but just shaky rounds.
Yeah.
I could always come back to the corner, and I knew if I won a round, because the way my dad's energy, his demeanor,
it's not over the top.
Before I even sat down, I knew if it was a good round, if it was a bad round. There's a lot of rounds in my life where I was questioning. And then I was sitting down. My dad's like, "Yeah, we got to do this. We got to do that." Then I let it go. Like, all right, I lost that one. Got to let it go. And then other rounds where I'm like, I don't know. My dad's like, "We good. Hang in there. Keep doing what you got to do." Da. So the reassurance, the connection, that's always going to be missing. Or when that's missing, my advice to Devin would be to start now. Start doing exercises of what you have trained and what you've heard your dad say. Do the exercises mentally and meditate on what you expect to hear. And if you can duplicate what you do, how I always say, I try to do what I did in fights. I would play the fight, or I would do what I did in training, and I would play the fight in my head so much that I would try to duplicate exactly what I saw in my head. Yeah. And if he can duplicate what he's done in training and all that, those are roads to success.
Yoel Judah has been around him forever. There's a picture of him working his corner. His godfather, Zab Judah. Yeah. So they've been around. Yeah.
Yoel will tell him, whether he's up 8 rounds
he
or
will certainly
he
keep,
will
keep
say,
it honest.
"No, Zab, you gotta he will tell him that at some point.
And then prediction. Haney?
I have Haney by decision,
Haney by decision.
Haney by decision.
Give me Haney by knockout. Let me get a little spicy. Give me Haney by stoppage.
Well, you on this Canelo Bivol roll, like you may that might just happen.
Something. Yeah. I think at some point, I think he's gonna be piecing them up so bad that maybe the ref steps in.
And bottom line for me, styles make fights, and I think that Devin Haney is a little better from the outside, and is going to be able to set things up and win the fight. Taking all my bias out, just looking at this fight as a whole. Kambosos, I like the fight we just saw. It's aesthetically, it's gonna be way different.
Yeah.
But I got a feeling Kambosos will be just slightly behind.
Step off.
He's smaller than Devin too. Devin's gonna be a welterweight one day.
Yeah.
A legit welterweight at 5'9.5". When he fills out,
That's his goal, I'm sure.
yeah,
That's
it
his
is.
goal.
He's always said that. He probably will maybe even get to 54 at some point.
And then
You know what? I give you guys credit. You guys are not worried about the judges as I am. I'm scared as hell.
there's gonna be no from what I read, there's gonna be no American judges or Australian judges. So that helps.
Crowd reactions hurt.
Crowd reaction of
No, they
course,
react. They're gonna react to
factors in.
Every
everything.
big shot.
Yeah.
Shout out to Joe Horn.
Yeah.
But he would become the first
Jeff Horn.
undisputed
Jeff Horn.
lightweight.
Everyone always says Joe Horn. Shout out to Joe Horn, underrated receiver
Yeah,
in his
wide
day.
receiver.
Saints.
New
He
Orleans.
was.
Yeah.
Hey, remember he took
It-
the cell phone out of the goalpost.
Yeah.
One more. We have one more fight, and we'll wrap up on this.
First, he'd be the first undisputed lightweight champ since Pernell.
There you go.
Sweepy.
Devin Haney. Yeah.
USA.
What's up? I'm Showtime Shawn Porter.
I'm Ed. Follow me on IG, Ed with 2 T's. Let's do it. Let's do it again. Let's
All
do
right,
it.
just introduce yourself.
Okay.
And then you tell them what to do. I'm Showtime Shawn Porter.
I'm Anthony Brenagh.
Carson Merk. Like, subscribe, comment.
This is the Porter Way.